And New Zealand and Lebanon face off in this top of Group E clash. Lot resting on it. Both teams with exactly the same record will go through the group when we get that graphic. But this one has Asia Qualifier Classic written all over it. Well, here are the scores so far in this competition window. New Zealand got the big win on the road. Lebanon had the huge win at home against China. That leaves us with this table. And as you can see, both teams locked at 6-1. And in a great position for qualification. 8 wins will do it in terms of guaranteeing you a qualification place. So the winner of this, only 1 game away from qualification to China. Well, the Lebanon on their way out. And what an overtime victory. If you saw the game, they had chances to really control the game. China had chances to win it. And in the end, Lebanon prevailed in overtime. Huge performance by Ali Haddad. His 26 points, 9 rebounds on his 36 minutes of play. But Lebanese basketball is in a very good place. It's on the way up. Ty Webster, first man out for the All Blacks. And Corey Webster makes a return.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you please be upstanding for the national anthems
of both
First,
teams,
the national anthem of Lebanon, which will be sung by Rashida. This will be followed by the national anthem of New Zealand, sung by Alicia Hulton.
And now the national anthem of New Zealand.
Ladies and gentlemen, would you please thank our beautiful anthem voices? And now, in the spirit of international
will exchange the mementos at halftime, at the halfway line, sorry. And after the first round of qualifiers, Lebanon came in as the number 2 team. And now they're going to have sight of one of the great sights of world sport as the All Blacks will perform the haka. One of the great traditions of world sport. Obviously has its origins in the indigenous population of New Zealand, and that just sets us up nicely for what is a huge clash in this group. Here's the third team on the floor. Mr. Pasquale, Mr. Chuang, and Mr. Rolyov, who will take charge of this top-of-the-table clash. A huge step for the winner towards China. Already had a number of teams qualify in Europe and Africa. Here's the Lebanon roster. Ali Hadar had that huge game over China. Slobodan Subotic, the coach, is going to be so pleased with where this team sits at the moment. It's development all in the right direction. Ada James Mahuk, a little bit of the heart and soul, the emotion of this team, the 31-year-old. But the thing about this Lebanese team, as you saw in that China game, is they play with a passion and play way above their, arguably way above their individual status. And they've just put a team together on the floor that does a great job. Here's the New Zealand roster. Corey Webster is back. Shaylee was tremendous in the win over Syria. And as always, Isaac Fatu just gets the job done for this team, the 24-year-old. Here's the starting lineup. And consistency from Coach Anar as he puts the same lineup on the floor that played in Syria. Well, it's almost a sellout here in Rotorua. We're in the Energy Event Center. It's over a 3,000-seater capacity, home of Super League Netball in the New Zealand League. And pretty much a sellout. This is what World Cup basketball is about. Your country playing at home in competition gives you a great opportunity. So wherever you are, if you have an opportunity in this last day of this window, or check out the next windows, get down to these games, because the emotion and the passion on the floor in whatever region you're in is there for everybody to see. Slobodan Subotic, the head coach, as we said, has this program in Lebanon moving in the right direction. Hanari, the head coach for New Zealand. This team lost its first game on the opening day of the first window, and since then has been on a roll, has had huge wins on the road, and has defended its home court perfectly. There's the two special celebrities, should we say, who accompanied the presentation at the beginning of the game. Just leaving the floor, what a moment for those two young people. They'll remember that for a long time. And the key here is, can the Lebanon control New Zealand? Because New Zealand can score in a hurry. They're so efficient in transition. They've had a lot of success in this competition by moving the ball quickly. Do a nice job on the glass. Their field goal percentages from the three-point line are just pretty phenomenal, shooting over 50%. So Lebanon defensively have to control tempo. Well, welcome to Otarua. Welcome to New Zealand. New Zealand, as you'd expect, in the black, and Lebanon in the red. And New Zealand will get a first look at the half court. Down screen action gets Ty Webster the basketball. 2 rolls to the lane. The 3 is gone, and he's short. 4-2's on the glass. Well, the switch on the pick and roll really did leave them exposed on the glass, and 4-2 used his body so well. Interested to see if Lebanon will continue with the switch on the pick. Wow. Ibrahim with the easy layup. Defense never controlled him. Had 19 in the game against China. Defensive rebound. And Lebanon looked pretty at home after the long journey. Both teams pretty much had the same journey. Lebanon from home, and the game that New Zealand played against Syria was played in the Lebanon, so pretty much a level playing field. 0-2 relieves the pressure. New Zealand in the half court goes sideline pick and roll. Again, the Lebanon switch, and they leave 2 with the mismatch underneath. They're going to take that the whole game. Beautiful little drive. Shaylee gets the easy 2. Averaging 10 points a game. And if he's your third guard, things are looking good for New Zealand basketball. They go upstairs. Oh, and one. Well, we talked about him being the heart and soul of this group. And Machuk, well, he didn't get the alley-oop. Ball went upstairs on the pass. He brings it down and goes back up strong. And there's the foul, and he goes through the contact. Tough play. That's 17 and 8. A 32% rating, 8 from 10 from the floor. You can see if he isn't going to shoot from that close. Webster off the layup. Oh, and the putback dunk is missed. But they retain the basketball with a new 14. Elite goes inside, 4-2, spins, and makes that second move. And Mahut well and truly took the fake. Great second move. Watch this. There's the fake, take the contact, get the ball away so you make sure you get to the free throw line. Two is good with the first. Well, he only goes 1 for 2. 75% across this World Cup qualification stage. Turned over for 2 recovers, and New Zealand get it to Webster. Webster in broken play. Dangerous, dangerous player. Takes the early screen. New Zealand keep it moving. This is where they've been so effective. Step back, 2 is no good. And the defensive rebound is Lebanon. Rostam gets it over to Ibrahim, who is short with the open look for 2. Chased him off the three-point line and made him make the dribble. Nice start, though. Good tempo to the game. Webster breaks the defense, gets into the lane, a little hang time, takes some contact. Great box out. And 4-2's always going to go to the glass. And you know that that would have been a real key in preparation for this game. Slobodan Sobotic Sabatic really very experienced. They go upstairs again, contact. And that's the other thing you have to like about this Lebanese team. They will share the basketball. It's definitely about the we. They'll take the opportunity whenever they can to share it, looking for the high percentage numbers. Ibrahim will inbound. The foul was on the pass. Make sure they all get it right. Well, the fadeaway is short. Defensive rebound is finally controlled by Rob Lowe. Lowe will screen in transition. He down the middle, wraps it to Lowe on the roll. Good timing, great block. Mahouk said this is my house. Great transition basketball by the Lebanon. Cameraman gets involved, everybody gets involved on the break. Yeah, much better on the quick first step, but then just literally slices between his players. It's the replay. You start the break with a block and then numbers down the floor. Point of transition was just excellent.
Come on, Tom Black supporters, make some noise.
Well, they tried to get it inside Mahouk again. He's going to recover that. Nice pass. Ball's knocked away. Well, they claim that Kona gets a piece of the ball, but then it still comes off Ali Hadar's hands, and New Zealand get the turnover. 6-5 early. Webster with a bounce pass low on the inside, can't complete. No, Mahouk got back involved on the glass, and Lebanon looked to run. Oh, tough finish. All about contact, all about using contact. Ali Hadar, a little bump, just stayed solid. Gets the two, first two of the night. Ty Webster penetrates, takes the foul line, jump shot is off. And Lebanon have come out here with a really strong game plan here. They're looking after the work on the glass. Ball's knocked away again. Troy Webster has it. Steps back, takes the two, hits nothing. You've got to credit the defensive transition of Lebanon here, not giving it anything unopposed. New Zealand do want to take shots in transition. Nice look to the inside, and the ball will belong to the Lebanon. Well, for those of you who were questioning how good this Lebanon team is, I think in the first 5 minutes of this first quarter, they have given you at least the beginnings of an answer. Hadar goes up, mid-range, he is sweet, hits the two. Again, the defensive transition. Well, wide open look, they're offering the three. Oh, it's going to be a battle on the inside. Kona came up with it, Webster finds a little separation, a little floater from the foul line, can't get it to drop. And that man again, Mahouk, comes down with a defensive rebound. Ali Hadar takes a look, looks at his tempo, thinks we're in the half court. They lead it 10-5. Well, there's a rare sight. Rodrigo Ackle shot, only took one the other night. 6 assists, he's the 5th player really on the floor. Penetration, Makuna goes up, and again, has to change the shot. Mahouk is just dominant on the inside at the moment. His athleticism is really causing New Zealand some issues at the offensive end. Mahuk dives, just about recover it. Ali Hadar has it. 6 on the possession, and that will be a blocking foul. Micah Vukona, the Brisbane Bullet, who had enough control of it, just wanted to go for a little too much. The one thing about this New Zealand lineup so far in these World Cup qualifiers, they have a way of playing. They believe in it as a group, and they'll stay with it. They've just missed some shots they would normally make so far. So they won't panic as long as they compete on the glass. They're not going to change that way of playing too much. Ali Hadar challenges you on every catch. Who puts it down. Looks to pass, as he always does. Nice pass, great ball, good recovery by Webster. And they get the 2 on the offensive glass. And Machuk again. And New Zealand, well, they're taken out of rhythm. That's the most important thing. The defensive transition from Lebanon has really done a great job. And they switch again, and Mahuk stays. Now they need a pass. Wide open in the corner for 3. Is short. And Lebanon commit to the point of transition again. As soon as they get the defensive rebound, they're gone. Ali Hadar, turnaround jump shot for 2 is no good. Defensive rebound is pulled in by Vukona. And New Zealand in transition again. Corey Webster pulls the trigger for 3. Just can't buy a bucket at the moment. Great work on the glass, though. And Gatai just went to work on the boards, really a little undersized at that forward spot, but look at the way he uses his body. Gets contact, goes through it. Hadar takes one for the team. First foul for him. Will force New Zealand to earn it from the free throw line.
Everyone quietly focus.
Encouragement from the commentator to ask the crowd to quieten down, let the home team man focus on the free throw. I'm sure he'll say exactly the same thing when the Lebanese go to the free throw line. Well, there's 100% maintained from the free throw line. Yet to miss a free throw in World Cup qualification action. Jordan back tight. And gets it off, and they go. And the ball comes off of Mika Vukona. And Mahuk is a real focus. If you're a big man on this team and you cut with your hands up, you are going to see the basketball. And that's a great place to be in. He will always put a shift in as well. He's going to play major minutes here. Little push for the layup is no good from Tibet. Full 2 with a foul line jump shot. Doesn't get the drop. And again, Lebanon do a marvelous job competing on the glass. Well, Rabugu Akil is the epitome of a point guard. He's not just a pass first, he's a pass first, second, and third. Hadar has it underneath, finds the weak side, and Rostom, who has to put it up and knocks it down. Kenny takes a little tumble with some physicality around the ring. Hadar's going to be charged with a personal. Let's have a look at what happens here. Well, they just link arms, and Hadar throws his man to the floor, so referee gets the call. Tough shot at the bottom of the shot clock for Elias Rustom. 4-2, nice cut baseline. Now he feels a little rotation. Webster on the baseline, still can't get it to drop. Great work on the glass. Finn Delaney comes up with the offensive rebound, 6 on the possession. Nice kick, Delaney, he can't make one either. And this is at the moment one of those nights. It's not, you cannot believe it's going to stay like this for New Zealand. Currently shooting 10.5% from the field. 2 from 19. Write that one down. This New Zealand team is a quality lineup. Stats normally have a way of working themselves out over the course of a game. Or if you're a New Zealand fan, you got to hope so. Rustam goes with the right hand off the glass. Tough finish. Rustam with a finish. Defense couldn't have done much more. Let him turn the corner a little too much. Little pick and roll action, inside, outside, extra pass. The 3 is away. And they still can't get one to drop. And the Lebanon just space it more and more and more. They've got to make hay though. While the sun shines, as they say. New Zealand struggling like this, they've got to put points and get the lead. They're up 16-7. Can they get it away? 3 on the possession. They go with a turnaround. Jump shot, it's good. Put an exclamation mark under a super first quarter for the Lebanon. Everyone's on. The manager's the first man on the floor. It's only 1 quarter in, but they lead it 18-7. It's been a long first quarter for New Zealand. Shooting 10% from at the first quarter. What a start by the Lebanon. Well, you're going to get some stats here that if you're a New Zealand fan, they are nightmarish. 0 from 6 from 3, 2 for 14 from the 2, 70% from the Lebanon, only 3 threes taken. They are just, well, they're in control is an understatement. But New Zealand shooting 55% across the World Cup from 2. They're shooting 50% from 3. A team that shoots that well, it's only a matter of time before it starts to drop. What you've got to hope if you're sitting at home watching this in New Zealand is you've got to hope that that changes, and it changes quickly. Because at the moment, the Lebanon have an 18-7 advantage, and there was not enough of made shots. That play there just underlines the issue that New Zealand have had. They just have been unable to complete plays. Well, the Lebanon can't wait for this to start. They do not want this to change. They're out on the floor. Carries on like this, they'll be joining in with the dancers. Wouldn't be surprised if the New Zealand floor manager here probably put a little longer number in, trying to break the rhythm of the game. So a long quarter break. And Lebanon will have the first possession of this second quarter. Positive if you're a New Zealand fan is you're only down 11, having shot 10%. 3 from the corner is long. Defensive rebound, Delaney has it. He looks to push in transition. New Zealand on the move. Webster's in the corner, wants to. Nice cut, and they still can't make a bucket. The nightmare continues. Great break. They can't come up empty. Nowhere to go. And finally, comes up with it, gets to the foul line. Defense just stays at home, offers V2 the three. He takes it and cannot get it to drop. Well, Coach Subotic, I don't think even he will say that their strategy would come up with this result in terms of the shooting percentage so far, but he's going to milk it for as long as he can. Faris comes up with the ball off the pick and roll. And they don't get it away. And the whistle's already gone. And regardless of the intent of Corey Webster, he's not going to get a chance to turn that defensive possession into points. Khalil is going to check in for the Lebanon. When you've been on this type of winning streak, can build confidence, but I don't think it's complacency at all. I think you've got to give credit here to the Lebanon. New Zealand have to stay with the way they play. Going down low. And that'll be a travel. And that's what James Mahuk does to you. You have to think about what you're going to do far too much. It causes the turnover. That won't be down to him, but in terms of the stats, but you saw it, you know how it was generated. Rostom will advance the basketball into the half court. Faris with the early screen, he'll dive. Mahuk will hit the second side. Khalil takes the three, is short. Fatu's on the glass. And a chance for New Zealand in transition. But again, Lebanon have matched up in the back. Ty Webster early gets one to drop. And once one drops, expect it to loosen up everybody. Webster gets his first three of the game. And this is New Zealand basketball that's been successful in this World Cup qualifiers. Transition to early option. Tarangi checks back in for New Zealand. Khalil has it. He's the guy that spells Akil at the point. Rostom, offensive foul. I thought their last one was a marginal screen by Daniel Faris. 2'5" center. Mahuk's going to sit. Management of his minutes is a key factor for Subotic. Ty Webster puts it down inside. Whistle on the play, out of bounds. Well, if it can go wrong for New Zealand in this first 13 minutes of the game, it pretty much has. Just got to show that belief in themselves. They'll be fine. There's plenty of time left in the game. Delaney's going to sit, Lowe's in. And Corey Webster's going to sit. Sorry, Ty Webster's got the ball. Here New Zealand, the other thing they can do, turn it around with your defense. It's not like giving up a load of points. Ferris has it. Hadar puts it on the floor, in traffic, little head and shoulder fake, doesn't get the drop. And New Zealand come down, but Ty Webster will push. Gets in the lane, drops it into Fotu. He's fouled on the way back up. It's a little different proposition when Mahuk is not in the game.
And foul called on number 13 for Lebanon. Ali Stefan, his first personal foul. Isaac Fotu, 2 shots.
Isaac Fotu will be in Germany with Ulm, the current European season. What a league the Bundesliga is becoming, one of the fastest growing leagues in Europe. A lot of games, big crowds. A fun place to play. 4-2 from the free throw line, makes the second. Well, as I said, shot 75% before this game in the World Cup at 50, or in 67% at the moment. Ibrahim with the three is way long. Hadar comes down with the offensive rebound, new 14 for the Lebanon. It's all about tempo. Khalil comes off the screen. Again, the three is long, Hadar's on it, but Futu comes down with yet another defensive rebound. They go upstairs to Lowe for two, and he can't complete. He stays with the play, and New Zealand come back up with a great effort by Lowe, and then they just turn it over. Well, Lowe just outworks his opponent, gets down the floor, and then just blows the layup. Does all the hard stuff. And Lebanon pointless so far in the quarter, but still have the 7-point lead. 3 from 24. I'm sure there's some statisticians out there that can tell you when was the last time that any team of New Zealand's level had this much of a problem from the field. Let's see how it pans out for the rest of this quarter. They just need some consistency. Shots they want. Well, you can't get more in the shot than a 2-foot layup that Lowe blew, so the selection's not the problem. Bahouk will hand it off. Ibrahim tries to throw himself, looks longingly at the official, but it's totally ignored. Webster puts it on the floor, will break to the middle, goes with a little runner for two, can't get it to drop. Ball's knocked away by Fahouk. And there you go, Webster's alive. Both Websters have made three in this quarter, and all of a sudden it's back to a 4-point game. And the one thing you can always do is work hard, and that's the only way they kept that one alive. Mahouk came up with the knockaway, Hadar for three to answer, can't get it to drop. And it's almost a little role reversal here. And Lebanon will take the timeout. They just need to refocus. Nothing's changed here. They've just missed some shots. Well, 15% against 38%. 0 for 8 from the three-point line for the Lebanon. They're not the best three-point shooting team in the World Cup by any stretch of the imagination, shooting 36% across all games. But 0 is a little bit worse than 36, and they've had some open looks. But both teams have struggled to complete plays. Good crowd in. Early evening in Rotorua. A lot of belief behind this New Zealand tallback lineup. That's what happens when you go 6 games unbeaten. Clock didn't start. I'm not sure that anything started, so they could have just gone back to the point where the ball went out of bounds and just got on with things. But 5:21 to go. Lebanon still to score in this quarter. Fotu gets deep, doesn't get a look though. Corey Webster. 3 guard set here for New Zealand. That's the way they're going to try and do it. Fotu going to work, almost loses it. And Hook comes down with yet another positive stat. Passive was the understatement on that offense by the Tall Blacks. Hook, he's not going to shoot the 3. You can gap him. Khalil down to 4 on the possession. It's got to go up. Again, they just threw themselves at it. Really, again, both teams passive in the half court. Leo gets inside, left hand off the glass for 2. Tough little finish. Two-point game. And Lebanon still pointless in the second quarter. And it's not exactly a high-scoring offensive festival. This is World Cup basketball. There's a place in China at stake. And both teams may be feeling the pressure. Hadar can't get it to drop. Then we got a whistle on the play. The other thing sometimes you underestimate with this Lebanese lineup is the effect of Rodrigo Akul here as the point guard. When he's not in the game, the 29-year-old 186 point guard, they're just not the same team. As good as Khalil is, it's the younger 21-year-old, the team isn't the same team. It'll be interesting to see how long they leave him out. Well, the answer to that is no longer at all. He checks back in. Corey Webster kicks it off. And all of a sudden, the three-point shot becomes a much easier option. And the nightmare begins to be over for New Zealand. They take the 1-point lead. It's now Lebanon's turn to struggle in the half court, struggle to tick it over. And New Zealand extend the defense. They almost smell it. Hadar gets inside, handles it, goes to the right hand off the glass, and one. Well, when his team needed to settle them down, he just took over. Ahmed Ibrahim just got deep on the right-hand side, went over that left shoulder, just finished beautifully off the glass. 3:12 to go. It's taken them pretty much 7 minutes to score in this second quarter, the Lebanon. But they still lead by 1. So if both teams have had their bad moments, everything should loosen up. Ibrahim makes it a 3-point play. He goes to 5 personal. Inside, outside, extra pass. Webster attacks the closeout, takes the 2, drops it. Normal service is resumed for New Zealand. We're tied at 21. You can almost forget the previous 18 minutes as we have a new ball game. Ibrahim again in the block. So step back 2 is no good. Webster takes it back and gets the switch. The switch is still happening. Shaylee gets it to the foul line. Drops it inside. Low has it knocked away. And Lebanon have a chance to restore the lead. Akel has it. Oh, Hadar stays with the play. Ian Ibrahim stayed with it on the glass. They missed the first play. Good recognition with the mismatch. Low, down the middle. Just flushes it for 2 and the defense just opened right up. He did not need a second invitation. 1:40 to go in the half and we're tied at 23. Welcome to a completely different ball game. First 2 points for Low, 1 from 6. Hadar steps out of bounds. Sorry, not Hadar. Rostom steps out of bounds on the baseline. Here's Low with the gather step. Lebanon will take the timeout.
So what we're going to do is we've got the camera that's going to be floating around the stadium tonight. Okay, show us your honey. You'll take a you won't do the test.
20 points in the paint for the Lebanon. Both teams doing a reasonable job taking care of the ball. Neither team doing a good job in terms of field goal percentage, but for Cameron in the back there, the big man. What a history he had with New Zealand basketball. Part of their most successful experience in the World Championships when it was in Indianapolis. And Pero Cameron played in a number of leagues around the world. One of the real role models of New Zealand basketball. It's great to see that continuity into the coaching staff once he's got to a point where he's understood, he's taught himself, been on the right courses, got the right experience. You don't just get into those coaching roles because you're a player. So a great player now, trying to make his way in the coaching environment. Ty Webster has it. He gives it up. Jarrell Kenny has it. Ty Webster comes out, looks to a post entry. Lacuna has it. Looks to back down. Needs a pass. In the half court, that's the reason they really do emphasize that the break and the secondary break options. In the half court, they're having an issue trying to establish any inside game here. Ibrahim attacks it. Lots of shouts of everything, but New Zealand have a chance to run. Ty Webster going off the glass, can't get it, but they blow it. Vancuna, he blows it. They have 3 looks from 2 feet, can't complete. And they're going to call that offensive. Rob Lowe takes one for the team. You can always play defense. You can always work at that end of the floor. And while Lowe might be 1 from 6, he's not phased. He gets down there, holds his ground. Great shot, great stand by him. Took one for the team. Ibrahim out of control. Chance for New Zealand to possibly go into the half in the lead. It's a very, very low scoring game. Ty Webster is long. Defensive rebound is pulled in. Akil has it. And gets his lineup into the half court. New Zealand switch it. Rostom down the lane for 2. Well, if you stop ball reversal, you have to fill the middle, because the obvious thing Rostom will do is take it right down the gut of the defense. So Webster jumps out and stops the ball reversal. No one looked to get to the middle of the floor. Tough one in the lane for 2 for Corey Webster. And we are tied at 25 at the half. There's the confirmation. New Zealand and Lebanon, top of the group, locked together at the top of the group, locked together at halftime. Set up for the second half. Going to look at some stats that will not be great reading for anybody. 6 from 26 for New Zealand. They're a lot better than they were at the end of 1. 0 for 9 from the Lebanon from the three-point line. Rebounds pretty much, level. 6 assists for New Zealand. It's helped them get back in the game. Neither team losing the ball that badly. But what it means is we have a tough one. We have a tight one. We have a game that befits the joint top of the table. Both teams with the 6-1 record. Trying to get that all-important win, or get them 1 game away from qualification. Well, they started the game going to the glass, and Futu was effective on the boards, but the Lebanon have decided that if they've got to get back and stop the transition game with New Zealand, which they've done incredibly well. That was further made better by the fact that New Zealand just couldn't score. 10% from the field in the first quarter. I mean, that's improved in that second period. And it was the Lebanon's turn to dry up, having not scored for 7 minutes in the second quarter. Things started to go wrong when they went to the rotation. Mahouk and Akil not in the game really does have a huge impact on the way that the Lebanon play. But what it leaves us with a fascinating one. 25 apiece at the half. We'll just leave you finishing off these highlights, and then we'll be back in around 10 minutes or so. Can New Zealand or the Lebanon, and it's too tight to call with the way the game's gone, take control of this group? We'll see in around 10 minutes for the second half.
got his jersey away, his sandal as well. So make sure you have your seat number with you. His seat can be winning his playing jersey signed. He's got his name on the back section of skirts. Also, signed the All Blacks balls to give away. That's covered up. Also, you're lucky. From the China game, we got last son's playing ball as well. Game ball that was used. You can take it as home, show it off to all your friends, and discuss it. So that is all coming up in the next half. So again, make sure you're ready to go. Make sure you're fueled for your
welcome back to Rotorua. Well, let's just say interesting or surprising first half, because New Zealand coming in shooting 50% from the three-point line, shooting over 50% from two, ended up 10% in the end of quarter one. They turned it around a little in that second. I hope they've got one for me. Could do with that after the first half, because it was a first half where it's difficult to understand how poor both teams shot the ball. 25% in the end for New Zealand, the team that shoots it over 55% across the World Cup. From the three-point line, 30%, that's 20% down on their norm, although 50% is an incredible percentage. But then the Lebanon, with an opportunity to really establish a major lead, went and shot 0% from the three, where they shoot 35% across the tournament. So neither team really took the opportunity was there. No one is getting too, and that was the message though, no one was getting too concerned, because there's no way that New Zealand would continue to shoot the ball that poorly if they were taking shots they wanted. The man who really set the tone for Lebanon in shot there, out of James Mahouk. He's had some time in Minsk and has played across the world, currently playing in Lebanon. 2'10", 31 years old now, but he plays with the enthusiasm of a 18-year-old. So it's which teams will show up now in the second half. Top of the table for the winner, one game away from qualification for China is the big reward. And at the moment, I have no idea which team is going to show up. Are these teams going to get the shots they want? Are they going to make the shots they would normally make? You can never underestimate the travel and the impact of it. But we're now in the second half, so hopefully that's out the legs. So here we go then. New Zealand with a first look at it in the half court. 25 apiece. Start of three. And drawn up as coach wanted it, but Futu didn't get composed. Quite possibly the most underrated influencer on the team, Akel, at the point for Lebanon. Doesn't score, but everything else flows because he's on the floor. Ibrahim down the middle, can't get the first one, gets his own rebound and gets the putback. Ty Webster stops, fires up that foul line, jump shot, which is sweet, which has been such a weapon for New Zealand across these qualifiers. Just the shots they want. Akel has it. He forces him down this side of the floor this time. Ibrahim again mishandles it. Rostam says it came off Ty Webster. Doesn't really matter because Ty Webster's down the other end scoring 2. They can't just check that at this stage in the game. It's only later in the game can they do that. Akel has it at the point. Will take the ball screen. Hook on a curl, gets nothing. Hadar looks to Hook now. Now he has an advantage down low. Puts it on strong. Drop step to the baseline for 2. And there's so much athletic advantage in the post. Well, Webster's just going at it now. Straight down the defensive. He turns defense into offense. No one stopped him. Gets to 4 feet and banks it for 2. And that's the New Zealand rhythm that they've seen in the first round of qualifiers. Akel gets in a little mess on the screen, but draws contact. The big thing that Lebanon did in that first half was get back and slow tempo, or at least challenge shots in transition. And Ty Webster's just taking it at him. Stop, the pull-up is good. Ibrahim on a mission at the start of this second half, goes to 9 personal. Webster's feeding it, is short with a 3, Low's on the glass, no one put a body on it. Rostam's going to be charged with a clumsy foul. Ty Webster feeling it at the start of the 3rd quarter. Gets to the middle, goes with the right hand off the single step. Low gets another offensive rebound. The 3 is short, Webster's on the glass, and all of a sudden, it's all about black shirts all over the glass. Skips it to Low. Mid-range 2, they still can't get that, but Fotu gets another one. Can't get the offensive putback, and finally, Lebanon looked long. Hook didn't see Hadar underneath. Ibrahim has it. They go to Hook on the roll. Inside, outside. Rostam lines up the 3. It's good. And the first 3 of the night for Lebanon. Inside, outside. Great rhythm. Webster again wraps it to Low. Extra pass. Lee goes inside. Great second step. Shaylee hung on to the second step until he got an angle off the glass. Lebanon by 1. Akel will move it on. Rostam penetrates, is fouled on with a block. He'll pick himself up off the floor. Looks like he thinks he should go to the free throw line. And Hadar still talking about the deflection out of bounds. I don't really think they have anywhere to go with the complaint.
2 shots.
Thomas off with the first. Way short with a second, so comes up empty from the free throw line. Ty Webster, Fotu on the roll. Cannot get it to drop, and again, you've got to give some credit to Mark Hook, who got involved in challenging the shot. Akel. We'll get a reposition. Fires up the 3. It's his second shot of the game. That doubles his number from the other day. Webster crosses over, floats it, doesn't get the drop. And Hadar's, they're now in a place where they think everything from this perspective is going. There's a little crossover, which left Ibrahim with the splits. Then he missed a little gimme. And it's normal when you watch him replay. The referee's absolutely right. Webster just about controls it. Ibrahim putting in a shift now as Webster trying to get him out of rhythm. Stops, fires the three, is short. And Rostam can't handle it. Corey Webster gets it. Rebounding is keeping New Zealand in this at the minute. Corey Webster crosses over, gets inside, is blocked. And Mahuk again just came over and just said, no way. Now he gets it, rewarded for it, goes baseline, spins back, getting in close, goes up with the left hand, is way short though. Earned the right to take the shot at the defensive end. Travel called on Webster, everybody in the gym called it, the referee had it under control. So Lebanon with the 1-point lead, halfway through the third. Kel takes the screen, hard show by Delaney. Mahuk, they take him off the block, that's the important thing. Takes the long two, drops it. That's really on the limit of the range for Mahuk. Delaney, extra pass to the corner, poor one. Webster picks it up off his laces. Offensive foul on the glass. Jordan Nata checks back in. Hakel gets it over the half, just. Hada wants Ibrahim to move. Now we're going to go with Hada. Hasn't had a shot for a while. Looks to want to touch the ball. They're looking down low. 4 seconds. Oh, nice pass. Well, wait and patience, and you are rewarded. Easy too for Rostam. Everyone followed. Mahuk, Ibrahim, and Hada almost fighting each other for to be the next pass. Here's Webster. Stops, fires the three, way long. Mahuk keeps it alive. Goes up with the left hand, can't get it to drop. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Ball belonged to New Zealand. Great effort on the glass. Finn Delaney and Mika Fukona. Both a little undersized, but both getting it done. Webster with all day to line it up. Complete breakdown defensively. Ibrahim needs a pass, finds one. Rostam. It's a holding foul on Delaney as Hadar slipped the screen. Delaney just anticipated a little too much.
Number 3, Finn Delaney, his first personal foul. Substitution made by the Tall Blacks. Back into the game, number 5, Shay Illy.
Akel moves it on. Hadar lines up the three. Almost certain he was going to shoot that. Just hadn't had a shot for a while. Maichuk falls to him. Everyone wants a piece of it, just about gets rid of it. 7 on the possession. Akel takes the ball screen, lines up the three, is way off. Rebound by Vukona. Gets it into Shea Ili. Ili has it. Showing the right side. Hadar shows help. Hadar almost decided he had to foul him then, didn't like the situation. Third foul for Hadar. Charles Tabet checks in. The Al Rihadi club. 3 members of this team from that club. Reaching foul is Ili went again through the gap and sliced through the screen. The screen showed, but he actually got through. The screen's got to show a little tighter. Doesn't give him the opportunity to slip through. Jack Khalil checks in. Well, we've got a little break here. Don't forget, if you want to find out anything that's going on in the World Cup qualifiers, download the app. Whatever you normally lose, the mobile app. You can also check out the FIBA World Cup qualifier website. Check the game times. Check where there's a game near you. There's still tickets to some of these qualifiers. If not this window, check them out the next window. He goes up, drops the long two, and brings New Zealand back level at 38 apiece. We have another new game. 11 points personal for Shaylee. Khalil, a lot of dribble. Hook gets another touch, faces up. Going against Delaney, and Delaney had to foul him. And Sabodic's going to say, well, why'd you call it then? At least have him in the action to the hoop. Pero Cameron on the bench, did a little coaching there. I don't think Mark Hook would have gone past Cameron that much without so much ease. Mark Hook makes the first. Well, Webster doesn't think about anything else. Fires up the three long. Delaney can't get it. And Mark Hook, who just brings real quality, effort, quality. Drafted by the Lakers in 2011 in the second round. After graduating from Connecticut. South Sudanese as well as Lebanese in terms of nationality. In the Lebanon at Shamville. Has been all over the world in terms of his career. Doesn't get the second to drop. Whistle on the play. Tibet with his first personal. Well, the man again now comes up with a steal, but then comes up with a turnover. Corey Webster moves it on. Well, Lowe takes the three. Almost didn't get halfway. Hook's down the floor and he's fouled. Got to say, good foul. Great effort getting back. Shade Illy, there you go. All over. Mark Hook will be unhappy. He didn't finish the play, though. Should have gone through the small man is how he'll look at it. Knocks down the first. Well, there's hardly a country in the world he hasn't played in. Played on some of the biggest programs across the world. Maccabi Tel Aviv. Played in China, in Germany. Slovakia, as well as that time with the Lakers. Played in Turkey. And obviously a big-time college career in Connecticut. Floater is no good. Mark Hook can't get it. Lowe can. Corey Webster breaks the defense down. Rob Lowe wide open for three is way off. Fortunately for New Zealand, Itai stayed alive to the situation, picks up the two. They trail three. Ibrahim, foul line, drops the jump shot.
Number 2 to Lebanon, number 9, Ahmed Ibrahim.
Ibrahim opens it out to a 5-point lead again. 5-point lead in a low-scoring game. 11 points personal. Well, something.
We're going to timeout charge to the New Zealand.
New Zealand wanted the timeout. The basket was made, should have been given the timeout. Time not awarded. Poinari's like a little upset with his hometown table officials, but he'll regather his thoughts. Well, the numbers better, but only slightly better.
All right, here we go. Let's run it up. Let's have a look. Who have I got? Who have I got? Okay, everybody's...
Ilili has 11 points, low for all his woes in terms of scoring. Putting a shift on the glass, 8 rebounds for the big man. Well, Mahook already with a double-double. Ekel with the 2 assists, Mahook with a steal. He did then follow that with a turnover, but he is having a phenomenal game. So New Zealand ball on the end line. The Lebanon, 1 quarter away. Well, how big an upset is it? You have a thought on it. Why don't you tweet? Why don't you use any social media? Get involved. Use the hashtag FIBAWC or This Is My House. Any of those hashtags work. Referee does a nice job just having that quiet word. Lowe puts it on the floor, gets to the lane, right hand, that one. Took it strong, stayed with the play. Big time end to the quarter for Rob Lowe. Stayed with it. Lowe to make it a 2-point game, which he does. 35 seconds. They'll get another shot as well, which is the great thing. They went early. I don't think that Lebanon will do the same. Ekel finds Tabat. Where else would they go? Marchuk. Tabat cuts off and is fouled. Great read. Great read by the pass, great read by the cut. Double team, turn of head. And Tabat just flashed to the middle. Well, Tabat hasn't missed a free throw. He hasn't taken many free throws, but he hasn't missed a free throw in World Cup basketball so far. Keeps that record going. Well, there's his first missed free throw. It doesn't look like a perfect free throw situation. He had only taken one before they'd have made it. Ty Webster in the lane is fouled on the way up, and Tabat is going to commit a foul. It's going to give Ty Webster the chance to make this a 1-point game as we will head into the fourth. Ty Webster makes the first. Pretty much an 80% free throw shooter across the World Cup so far. Raquel's going to go long. Oh, they almost got it away. Well, Ty Webster fell. They almost, in fact, had more time than they probably realized. But at the end of the third quarter, Lebanon still hold the lead. It might be narrow, but it's still a 46-45 advantage with the fourth quarter to come. Well, here are the stats. Don't forget, on the World Cup app, you can download that onto your phone, normal way. Not only the live stat, but the game information, your favorite team, venues, everything you would need to know about the World Cup. If you just want to do it in the more traditional way, should we say, get on the website, FIBA World Cup website with all the qualifiers across all the regions there for you to digest, check out your favorite players, and check out the games. Get along to see your national team play. That's what all these New Zealanders have done. Sold out arenas in many of these World Cup qualifiers, but there's still the chance. Check it out if there's an opportunity to see the best in the world in these windows play for their country. Oh, this is just a great development. And you get a game like this. New Zealand, after the tough road trip to beat Syria, coming back to defend the home court against the Lebanon, who got the tough home win in overtime over China. So the Lebanon get the first possession, and New Zealand look like they're going to show the 1-3-1 zone. Well, they lead the wide open three. Is short. Well, there's a foul called.
We have a holding foul called on number 1 for the FIBA All Blacks.
Tugangi comes up with is charged with the personal. Man-to-man on the 14-second reset. Mikel is fouled on the way through. 2 quick fouls on New Zealand.
Holding foul called on number 9, Corey Webster. He's set.
Mikel makes the first. So 2 quick fouls on New Zealand and the opportunity to tick the scoreboard over. And now Akil takes it to go 2 for 2. Low. Oh, the ball's knocked off the ring, and they'll recover it as Rangi couldn't get it to drop. On set, Akil to the corner, wide open for Rostrom for 3. Nothing but the bottom of the screen. Attack the side. The action, leave the shooter wide open. Low with the extra pass. No answer for the 3 the other end. And Webster keeps it alive, but the ball will belong to the Lebanon. So you attack the side of this zone, draw the wingman in, and Rostrom's wide open. Akil almost enjoys the responsibility, high-low option. You take a three. He hasn't made a three. And Akil takes one for the team. Marjuk hasn't worried the three-point statisticians so far. That's his first three of World Cup basketball. Akil picks up his first personal. Lebanon again lead by 6 in the low scorer. Diarangi looks at options. Eli is no good. Ball's out of bounds. Will stay with New Zealand with a 14-second reset. Diarangi looking to have an impact here. So far, not working for him. Corey Webster just about saves it. And gets the 2-point range. Dumps it inside. But I don't even think that Vukona was ready for it. He definitely wasn't expecting it. Corey Webster's normally going to stop and pop that. Dangerous moment for New Zealand. The three is away, short. Defensive rebound, Corey Webster, he'll push. Numbers down the floor. Vukona gives you the early screen, slips it, gets it inside, outside, low from the corner for three. They just cannot get any rhythm going offensively. That style of basketball has put New Zealand on top of their qualification group. Now, who knows? Someone will have some theories about how they've managed to shoot so poorly. Is it the travel? Well, it's the same for the Lebanon, but the Lebanon haven't shot that much better either. So, Akil stops, fires the three, got one to drop. Akil, who is the last offensive option on the floor, he takes it strong, draws contact on Rostrom. Akil's only played 2 games so far in these World Cup qualifiers. Was 0 from 1 from the three-point line. That was the extent of his offense in the win over China. He's already taken 4 threes this evening and made 1. Dangerous margin here. Ili on the free throw line, 12 points for him. Can't complete the second free throw. Adal's got to, they're going to call that offensive now. Once Vukona thought he had an opportunity, he just stayed with the play. Not sure why Hadar just didn't put it on the floor before then. You can't lead with your elbow. It was outside of his natural body. Hadar picks up his 4th foul. And now Lebanon have committed the 3 team fouls with still 7:20 to go. You hope it doesn't become a free throw competition. Ili attacks it, turns the corner again. Low, putting in a shift. Offensive foul called. And the one thing you have to say about these officials is they have consistently, called that off the ball stuff, that loose ball situation. They've always stayed on top of it. There's the foul. Vukona picks up his 4th. Fouls are becoming an issue for both teams. Hadar has 4. Still 7:08 to go. Kona sits. Akel has it. Akel feeling it now. Is long on that one. Still only 1 from 5, if that's feeling it. Ili attacks it. It's blocked. And I said, this into the floor. This is my house. Get out of here. Here he goes. Comes across. Lets the shooting player go past him. Gives himself an angle to the ball. New Zealand 0 from 6 from the field. It's like the first quarter all over again. Ili in the lane, floats one. Doesn't get it to drop. Lowe's on the glass, gets the ball in. A lot of composure by Rob Lowe. A lot of traffic, got himself set. Rostom with a post entry. Hadar for 3, way long, no one on the glass. Mark Jock looks like he's trying to save himself here. Nowhere near as active on the glass as he was earlier on. There's still 6 minutes to go. He's put in a lot of minutes. Tiarangi is long. Hadar brings it in. And Akel wants and Akel gets. It was only just over in 8. Rostom takes the ball screen, looks to step back. Oh, fumbled it. 6-point game. New Zealand have a chance to make it a 3 or a 4-point game. Futu wants it in the block. Nari, well, he doesn't get it because there's a little bit of football.
We're going to time out charge to Lebanon. Time out to Lebanon. The score 54-48. It is Lebanon leading by 6.
Right, well, there's a timeout. Thanks to the Melbourne All Blacks. At my event, we've got a t-shirt cannon. We've got a whole bunch of Melbourne All Blacks merchandise that we want to shoot up into the crowd.
Not sure what Coach Subotic is trying to get clarified. Well, you got to say, at the moment, the only thing that keeps New Zealand in this game is their work on the glass. 23 offensive rebounds for the Tall Blacks. They have a 50-37 advantage. Obviously, there's a lot of offensive rebound opportunities when you're only shooting 24%. But that is the only way they're staying in this game. This game would have been done if they hadn't rebounded. You could always work, you can always outwork your opponent. And they're demonstrating that now. But they still trail by 6. Just making sure we have the right time on the clock. Well, Marjok getting some time. That's what he needs. He's, I think he's almost running on empty on the inside. He's a one-man wrecking crew. But his minutes are way up there. He's played 33 minutes of the 34 and a half. And these few minutes while they get the clock sorted again, have had some issues with the clock again. But these issues are going to help him. Probably more than anyone else on the floor. Best seat in the house. As the man himself again on the left there, Piero Cameron. A legend of New Zealand basketball. Meanwhile, the commissioner's now pushing buttons, so the technical delegate. Here's the New Zealand game leaders with Lowe with the double-digit rebound numbers. And let's be fair, again, there's been a lot of opportunities to rebound. New Zealand still only shooting 25% from the floor. It's just been one of those nights. Rostam has 16, Marchuk has 10 boards. He has a double-double already. Akil has the 3 assists. And Marchuk, if he can stay active for the rest of this game, the Lebanon have a absolutely amazing opportunity to win on the road. That'll put them top of the group, 1 game away from World Cup qualification. That'll be a huge story back in the Lebanon. That's a huge story around the world that teams start qualifying for China in a year's time.
Where should we go next?
Always put some pressure on the guy on the side of the court.
It's going to be there. There, that one. Go, try it. No, that was last time, but good effort. That's a hard one, though. That's a hard one.
There's a few Lebanon fans. You can see it's packed here in Rotorua. 3,000 seat facility. It's pretty much full. And I really do not understand what the issue is now with the clock. Players are trying to stay loose. Looks like we're good to go. Well, something must have happened at halftime. The guys must have had something to drink in the locker room. A 21-20 third quarter. We have come nowhere near that for the rest of the game.
Thanks so much to Richola, our presenting partner of tonight's game.
Here we go then, after whatever break and whatever it was for. We're back with New Zealand in the half court, trailing 6 with 5.5 to go. Their only loss so far in the World Cup has been at home. Futu is going to make the 2 and get the and 1. Who's going to get called the foul? The second move just does the defense. There's the second move. Akel's charged with a foul. Has he reached? Chance to make it a 3-point game. As Futu doesn't get the job done from the line. Jock again gets involved. Lebanon up 4 with the basketball. Jock with the post entry. Akel trying to turn the corner. 5 on the possession. They go with the lob. And that's an unsportsmanlike foul. Great call by the official. You just can't do that. There's no basketball action. It's one of the reasons that rule has been brought in. Marjock just slipped the screen, read the defense so well, and Lowe realized Rowe hadn't fouled him. We're looking at highlight time. And instead of that, Marjuk has a chance to make it a 6-point lead with the basketball. Well, the microphone picked up some real frustration from Marjuk, so if you're offended by it, apologies for that, but he's in a pretty intense moment. 1-3-1 zone for New Zealand. Hadar comes high, wide open for the three, is short, but Lebanon come up with the offensive rebound. Great work on the glass by Hadar. Hakel has it, down to 6 on the reset. Marjuk moves it on. Ibrahim wanted the foul, didn't get it. Webster's in transition. V2 goes back to Webster. 5-point game with 4:30 to go. Ty Webster drops in the V2, puts it on the floor, goes up strong, gets the 2. Game on. 55-52 with 4 to go. Ibrahim will come off the high screen. They've offered him the 3, takes the long 2, way short. V2's everywhere, comes up with the offense with a defensive board. Irangi will find Jared Kenny. Interesting lineup in the game for New Zealand. No Corey Webster at the moment. V2 has become a real focal point. Has it knocked away. And Marjuk's the man who picks it up. Akil says, let's take some time out of this. It's going to take Marjuk that long to walk the floor. Down to 10 on the possession before they run anything though. Marjuk wants it on the inside. Hadar, 5 on the possession. He's got to go up. He's going to have to take this. Goes baseline, not going to get it away. Hits nothing.
24-second shot clock violation. Total blacks 4. Substitution.
On the third occasion that they see no urgency at all at the bottom of the clock. Substitutions as Paul Hanar brings back everybody. Slobodan Subotic, what a job this guy is doing with this Lebanese team. Really maximizing the output. Webster is fouled and Ibrahim doesn't like it. He doesn't need the tech now. Ibrahim with the look of absolute disbelief. And even if he didn't hit him, the big swipe makes the call so easy for the official. Both teams are in the penalty. 3:19 to go, 3-point game. Ty Webster on the line. 80% across this World Cup. But when you get to this stage, percentages mean precious little. Pressure of the moment. Webster to make it a 1-point game. Doesn't get the drop. Rostam puts it on the floor. Akel wants, not going to get. Ibrahim. Almost the more of an option with Ibrahim with the ball. He goes lob. Marjuk is bumped out of bounds. They're going to call the foul. Have to call it because he was recovering his balance. And Vukona, he's going to say, what else could I do? Well, all he had to do was stop. So there he is. Tricks on the right side. And he takes away a little bit of space to land. It's one of those calls that will frustrate you, but you have to make that call. Jock knocks down the first of the throws. Hasn't made 2 from 2 for the last trips and has this time. 4-point game, a 2-possession game. Ty Webster with the hard show. Fitu's got it in the block. Hadar's just got to keep him off the middle. Goes with a... Well, they've called the foul. Everybody has an opinion at the moment. Ali Hadar can't believe it's him. I don't think he's disputing the foul. I don't think he can believe it's him. Tabet's going to come in for him. Big minutes for Tabet. Well, Fotu, 75% across the World Cup qualifiers. Makes the first. Only one defeat for New Zealand in the World Cup. That came at home to Korea. And they're looking down the barrel right now. 2-point game. And up the floor for New Zealand. Akil breaks the pressure. Ibrahim or Marjok have got to see the ball. Again, the Lebanon take it right down. Akil goes to the layup, is blocked. 4 seconds on the possession. Sabotic will take the timeout. Huge end line play. Let's hope we get a look at the timeout. Timeout, Lebanon. Oh, Hadar's fouled out, obviously. No real foul trouble with this small amount of time left in the game.
You got this area here if the ball goes. Okay, Shilly, you're here. Rob, you got to meet a lob at the rim. Ike, if they're lined up here, you got to drift over as well. Shilly, you got no one in the area.
You can't show the whiteboard. You can't show the whiteboard.
Well, you heard what Coach Anara said. I think they're going to throw the lob. Not a bad call, but Ibrahim's out on the perimeter. Well, they've gone to the long side. Rostam pulls up, takes the jumper. Oh, he's dropped it. Just ran to the long side, got square and knocked it down. Corey Webster has it. Low will ball screen. 18 points for Rostam. Ty Webster in the corner, wide open. New Zealand come up with the offensive rebound. Low kept it alive. Turnover. Ibrahim to the ring. Off the glass, doesn't get the job. Faitu comes down and gets the rebound. No call from the official, probably a great call. Ty Webster sits on the floor, gets a little hip. Will go to the free throw line. And Rostam didn't need to foul him. Both teams in the penalty, 4-point game. Chance to make it a 2-point game when Webster goes to the line. Ty Webster. Well, he missed the second of his last two. As I said, percentages mean absolutely zero at this point of the game. 1:46 to go, 4-point game. Webster to make it a 3-point game, which he does. Akel, he's done a great job all game just beating pressure. And they will run this right down. Just got to run a play, just got to execute, read the floor. 7 on the possession. Akel needs to get rid of it right now. Ibrahim's going to save it. No, he's not. Yes, he is. It's a scramble. And they're going to get a 24-second. The referee should just let that be a 24-second call. And New Zealand will get the basketball. They trail 3. It's a 1-possession game. Akel just lets it go too deep before he starts to run anything, which puts real pressure on the first pass.
People will be allowed to come back into the signing area once it's been set up. It'll be about 10 minutes after the game. That's a signing session for both teams in the main foyer.
Ty Webster will advance the basketball. Corey Webster will come back off the screen, lines up the 3, is fouled on the 3-point shot. Just a complete mental breakdown. Webster takes the 3, doesn't get the drop, but fouled in the act of, and will get 3 shots. Full foul for Rustom. That's when your assistant coach is just going to listen to you, and they can't offer you anything. If you're going to rant at them, they're just going to have to listen. Subotic just can't believe that, but Webster misses the first. That's the first free throw Corey Webster has missed in the World Cup in this campaign. Makes the second. And goes 1 for 2. Webster keeps it alive, but fouls, trying to get the offensive rebound. And we're going to walk the other end.
And foul called on number 0, Ty Webster. That's his second.
Rustom is going to go to the free throw line.
Walk to the other end of the court.
And they couldn't pick a better person from a Lebanese perspective. Has shot over 90%, 91.7 across the World Cup so far. But percentages with 109 to go do not mean a thing. Rustom makes the first. It's almost there for the Lebanon. Just to give Rustom a 20-point haul. And he can't control it. Ty Webster going baseline. A jug comes across, finds Corey Webster, puts it on the floor, goes inside, low, gets composed for 2. Great decision, great composure by Lowe. 52 and a few to go. Akel's just got to want the ball now for Lebanon. He's had it the whole game. There is no difference. Gives it up. It's the first time he's done that in a long time. Rustom hangs on. They're going to call travel. He changed the pivot foot. Absolutely correct. And with 43.1 on the clock. And the Lebanon bench is incensed. They can't be incensed now. They do not need a bench tee at all. 43.1. New Zealand take the timeout. They trail 1. Here's the travel. Well, he's already traveled. Then he travels again. Now, you could say he may have been fouled. Now, in normal sets of circumstances, you would expect Corey Webster to get the basketball, but he's made great decisions to give it to Lowe on 2 occasions in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game. Interesting to see where they go. 53 to 43. Lebanon has closed that margin, but 24 offensive rebounds is why we are where we are right now. Why New Zealand have a chance to win this game is in that 24 offensive rebounds. Well, your big players will be looking to step up in big moments, and there's no bigger moment than this. 59-60, 43 to go. Corey Webster will inbound. Two hands it off. Ty Webster, 4-2 to the block, doesn't get a look. Ty Webster's going to put this on the floor, goes inside. Corey Webster steps in, space for the two, it's short, gets his own rebound. On new 14, Webster turns the corner, kicks it. Little runner, foul on the play. Shea Lil will go to the line with 20 seconds. A chance to give New Zealand the lead. Rostom is fouled out. Lebanon probably, you've got to say, Lebanon are going to have to win this in regulation. Without Rostom and Hadar, I don't see them winning in overtime. But first of all, they need to secure the rebound or get it down the floor. .54% from the free throw line this quarter. Timeout called. New Zealand have the 1-point lead, 61-60.
The score 61-60. It is the New Zealand Rainbow All Blacks leading by 1. Thanks to Rotorua, our presenting partner of tonight's game.
Do you feel like you want to pull your hair out? 20 seconds left to go. 20 seconds. We got the game ball for when they play China. We want to throw that out to the crowd. Reach that grandstand.
Rostom out of the game with 19 points. Smartchuk with his 11 rebounds.
3, 2, 1. Congratulations.
That's what it means to Rostom. He's on the verge of a win, and he feels as though it's been taken away. He has 14 low with 11 rebounds, and it's the rebound numbers, as we say, that have been crucial for New Zealand. This is World Cup qualifier basketball. National teams at home. With a packed gym. And the Tallbacks in this situation, one stop away from getting a crucial win on the road to China. One stop is all they need. Just about get it in. Akel gets it back, didn't panic. Got to give him some credit. They don't want to foul. Akel kicks it. They take the three, and it's an air ball. Foul on the play.
Number 3, John. His third personal foul.
Poinara is saying, well, why isn't that an unsportsmanlike foul? The wrong man shooting the wrong shot for Lebanon. Stefan just come on the floor for Rostom. He ended up with the shot. This will make it a 3-point, still a 1-possession game, still time for the Lebanon to get it and tie it up. But expect New Zealand to foul. If he makes this, it's a 3-point game, 5.9 seconds. Be surprised if New Zealand don't foul this. There they don't, foul really quickly. Shea Ili with the third personal. Ili's been huge.
Substitution back into the game, number 42, Isaac Fatu. Don't forget the signings in the main foyer after the game, ladies and gentlemen. Both teams.
All sorts of permutations here. 4 seconds is an eternity. But he needed to make both. Intentionally missed it, rebound secured, and New Zealand somehow have dug deep, somehow have managed to get the win at home. They get the win, 63-60. That is how you hang tough in a game. They didn't play well for the whole game, but found a way to win. Their rebounding strength, crucial. But their attitude, even more crucial. Lebanon did everything they could to win that. The New Zealand All Blacks go to 1 game away from qualification. Lebanon, when they sit down and review, we'll still see how close they are to making it to China. But New Zealand are just 1 game away, and they are tough. They had a bad night at the office, but they still came through with the win. The rebound numbers are just scary. Full2 had 7, Low had 11, Ranji 5, Ty Webster 7. They just rebounded everybody on the floor. Bakona had 7, they had 56 rebounds. 25 offensive rebounds. The rest of those numbers are meaningless against that number of rebounds. They were just phenomenal on the glass. 25 offensive rebounds equates to 63-60. That is just a phenomenal team effort. Lebanon, everything you could have asked them to do except to rebound, and they would have come up with a huge road win. Shaili again leads the New Zealand All Blacks, 14 points. Rob Lowe with 11 rebounds. Full2 was immense, and Bakona, Full2 and Lowe in particular, kept this team in the game on the glass. 63-60. Marjok was just phenomenal for Lebanon. 16 points, 13 rebounds. He was just a one-man machine on the inside. Didn't get enough support, perhaps, from Ali Hadar. And who knows? We'll never know, really, how much this travel is an issue. But what we do know is we've just seen a great one. Not from a pure basketball perspective, but 2 teams going at it, trying to find a way to win. And New Zealand just about, and only just, found a way to get the W at home. What it tells you is that Lebanon are a rising program. They may not have the depth, but this will be inspirational in the Lebanon. If they can complete the run and make it to the World Cup, that's going to be such a great story for Lebanese basketball. But a coach who understands not just the game, but his team. Tremendous, tremendous game. And as we say, New Zealand just refused to lose. They get the win. They go to 7-1 in the group, 1 game away from qualifying. And if they have that refuse to lose mentality, they are going to be a tough nut to crack by anybody. Always a great skill of finding a way to win when you're not playing well. They didn't play well tonight. They played against a good team, but they still found a way. So Rotorua has seen a good one. The fans pack the gym. They'll be packing the foyer to get the autographs. And their players richly deserve every bit of praise they get for this game. So Rotorua's hosted a good one. New Zealand get the win. But for now, from Rotorua, it's good night.